You have to realize that nothing in life is a one-size-fits-all. Just because someone did something and it worked does not mean that it's going to work for you. Everyone's different. You have to create your own path. You have to create your own wave. You have to create your own vision. And I feel like a lot of people have this almost normalized standard vision of, oh, I want 100K a month. I want this supercar. I want this house. I want to live in Miami. I want all these things. But it's not what they truly want. They just want it because someone else said it. If I lived my life like that, I would have never achieved anything that I've achieved today. Because I would have always been thinking in someone else's brain. I wouldn't be seeing life through my own lens. I wouldn't truly be thinking for myself. And everyone has a different personality. Everyone does things differently. Everyone has different creative aspects of their brain. And I truly believe that you should use those to your advantage. You should use your differences as an advantage. Because if you create something off of what someone else did, it will never truly be your creation. It will just be a knockoff of what they did. So the first step to creating the life you dream of is looking inside of yourself. It's coming to know who you are, coming to know how you think, coming to know how people view you, and then use that to your advantage. You will decide on what you want to do. You will decide on the path you want to go down, and then you fully commit to that path. Too many people are doing things, jumping around from task to task, from job to job, from skill to skill, without ever mastering any of it. And too many people are doing what other people say is going to work, or doing what other people say they should do, when in reality, the only thing that matters is what you think. Because how are you going to let people that don't share the same vision as you tell you what you want to be? And that's something that I've truly used in my own life. You know, I've done things and they've worked. I've done things and they haven't worked. But at the end of the day, I've always stayed true to myself. And these are things that have helped me achieve levels of success that most people never reach. You know, I played D1 football. I have started businesses. I have failed businesses. I have, made 5 figures online in a month. And I was like, whoa, I never knew this was possible. But at the end of the day, after doing those things, I look back and I realize it was only a reflection of my internal. I believe that life is a mirror, and to change what comes back at you, to change the reflection, you first must change what you put in front of that mirror. And what you have to do to change what is put in front of that mirror is by slowly altering the daily things you do, slowly altering your habits, slowly altering your thoughts, slowly altering your visualizations and your perspective on life. Because at the end of the day, your reality is a reflection of your perspective. And your perspective dictates your habits dictate your actions dictate your life. It's like a waterfall, and people too often want to just skip to the last step. But in reality, no mountain is climbed by just flying to the top. You have to take step by step by step, and it's very difficult to climb the mountain if you don't look at the step in front of you, because then you'll just trip and fall. All my life, I've had people tell me what I should be, what they think I should be, what I can be. But in reality, I was never that, because I never shared the same vision. I never wanted what other people wanted. I never viewed things how other people view them. I believe that I've been different my whole life, and I know a lot of people say that, but how many people really are? Not a lot. You know why? Because they are not fearlessly themselves. They are scared. They are scared to be themselves. They are scared to act in ways where they think people are going to judge them. And at the end of the day, people judging you, it's a compliment. Because it shows you that you are doing something that they're too scared to do. And in life, to be successful, you have to do things that people are scared to do. You have to take risks. And there's not always going to be a guarantee that your risk is going to pay off. But you have to do it just to be able to play the game, just to get your feet in the water. And once you play the game, you will learn. You go along, I truly believe that you don't learn something by reading about it or by being told about it. I believe you learn by doing something. And that's the reason I believe that school cannot teach you business. because you're just reading about business. You're not actually doing anything. You're not building something. You're not making money off a skill. You're just trying to learn someone else's perspective or view on that skill. So all in all, what I want you to take away from this video is I want you to learn yourself. I want you to learn the things you like, the things you don't. I want you to learn the things you want. I want you to create a visualization of your end goal, and I want you to vividly run that through your mind every single day when you wake up. And what will happen is you will slowly start to slip into that reality, but only if you take the actions that are required, only if you do the things that are necessary to reach that level. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people, might have a visualization, but it might not be theirs, or they might not create the realistic steps to reach that goal. So once you do this, then you will look from an outside perspective and you will say, okay, how would that version of myself act? What would that version of myself do on a daily basis? What habits will they have? How will they think? How will they perceive life? And then once you have all those things, then you can start to change and create your own reality.